Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my channel. We are here with the peacocks. It is early morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, but our ground temperature has finally risen to the point where we can get out in that field and do some farm work and get these fields planted today, hopefully. So I am looking forward to getting this done. Wow, the game is really choppy. Interesting. So we're going to back out here and going to grab our, it's the shadows that are chopping weird. Usually I don't have any choppiness on this computer at all, but maybe because we're running at fast time. Okay, we're going to slow time down. But the problem that I'm afraid of here, guys, is that I am running really low on cash really fast. As you can see here, my money's going way down real quick. And I've got to seed these fields, and I also have to hopefully fertilize them, but I might not be able to fertilize them if I run out of money. So OSA suggested that I do contracts, so we'll probably have to go that route. If there's any contracts available, hopefully there will be. Oh, that's Skinny Lover has pointed out that cattle and crops actually has a 365-day season, which is great. I don't know, does this work in here? We're going to pick different, I'm going to make this into canola. There we go. Oh, Tanker, thank you. Tanker just took first place. Actually, he was in first place, but he's continuing that. No, it doesn't look like there's a trigger. Food time. Oh, no, they do. Okay, so we have seed here. Hopefully I didn't buy the pallets. I probably did. We'll drive by there real quick just to shame myself here. Well, let's put this little tractor to work. My thought was to put all that stuff over here. So if I haven't, then I didn't. So that doesn't look like I did. I thought I placed a lime station. Did we have this conversation before? I thought I placed a lime station, but apparently I haven't done that either. So lime must already be on the farm, maybe? I don't know. Oh, no, I brought it. Oh, no, they are. I did. Oh, well. That's money wasted right there, but what are you going to do? There's the limer. Yeah, I put them all out front. Okay, well, whatever. You can tell how long it's been since I've been on this farm. So today we're going to do some seeding. Lots of it, actually. And we're going to use this Amazon seeder. Farm manager. Do. Yeah, that might be a good idea down the road too. So rent what we don't need. I mean, I've already got stuff in here, but I could sell the harvester and just rent it. Seeders could be rented. We'll see what happens. As long as I can get my crop down and maybe do some caretaking, I'll be okay. But, you know, I don't even know if we can take care of it, really. We may have to rent some stuff. So, what's up, John Turin? We are live studio audience right now. I wonder why in real life, Osa makes an interesting point. He says you could just rent the harvester for the couple days that you need it. There's no point in keeping it. Why do farmers have their own equipment? Why don't they just rent? I mean, I know in the Midwest they are starting to do stuff where they have harvesters. There's two different things that they're doing. They have harvesters that they share throughout the community. And then they've also got harvesters that they, there's companies that will, you'll pay to come out and they just do the harvest for you. So it's just an interesting thing. I wonder why. I wonder why more hard. Like, why is it not economical to just rent stuff? Unless maybe there's some kind. Maybe in America, there's some kind of government subsidy. If you buy stuff, you get more money. Like they give you money to buy things. Maybe that's the deal, is that you have to own your own equipment, and if you do that, then you get a government subsidy. Man, this is really chopping. And I have seen companies that do. Kyle had talked about that before on our channel. That he has a company by the people that are by him. Just they buy. They have companies that come out and do the baling for them. They just pay somebody to do the bale and bale collection. So those peacocks are really loud. Yeah, maybe it's a location thing. Like maybe in some places rental equipment just isn't available and they don't have the option to do that. Wow, this is really chopping. No, I'm surprised though. Usually this doesn't chop at all. Interesting. Yeah, and that's true too. There only like even in Ohio there aren't always dealerships that are like super near. They're usually about 30 to 50 minutes apart. But then again, if you're only using it for a couple of days, it's not like you have to travel there all the time. And it seems like, yeah, like Osa has said, the farms around him owned older, smaller equipment, and that's how most of the farms around me are too. That's very true. Yeah, and that's what I see where I live. I do see a lot of old equipment. There are some farms that have modernized. There's one farm that he has all New Holland stuff, and it's all new. He's got a bunch of T8s and T7s and New Holland harvesters that come out to do the corn harvest. They bring them in though. They're not on the farm. They truck them in, and I don't think that they're leased, but I think that the farmer owns a lot of land, and they harvest in different places and they bring those in to do it. But they've been on those same fields for years. The fields are actually for sale now, but they're still farming them until they sell. So I think they bought the fields. They've used them for crops, and they've sat on them for 10 years. Put the price pretty high, but as the city develops, they're going to be needed. So eventually some developer somewhere will pay the money to get it. So and most of the farms in my area, they're also very old. But then again, you find there are just some farms that have there's another guy that has John Deere equipment, and most of it's new. Like it's pretty brand new stuff, like less than 5 years old. So yeah, we do see a lot of white tractors and gleaner harvesters. Just old stuff. Because I think most farmers do other things too. They get all their stuff planted. It takes them a couple days, and then they move on and do something else. Mostly, a lot of times, some kind of animal farming. Some of them run restaurants. Like there's, we have a lot of orchards around here that have huge plots of land that they farm, but then they also have an orchard and a winery and all this stuff, and they have other businesses that run alongside it. So. I've seen Zetter tractors in Ohio. I've also seen Ursus, and even some of those old Russian like MD tractors. I can't think of I don't remember the company name, but there are some tractors that I've seen that are in Ohio. MTZ, that's what I'm looking for. They're that same blue color. There's a Landini in town where I live. A little Landini tractor from like the probably the 50s, 60s. Ooh, all new Kloss equipment. Well, we got our work cut out for today, so I'm going to go ahead and keep working on this, folks, on YouTube. Hopefully you're enjoying this. I'm going to go ahead and get these fields seeded, or at least this field, and I'll join back up with you as I see fit. So stay tuned. It's going to go by a lot faster for you than it does for me. All right, folks, we are back, and we're almost done with this field. We've been working this one pretty hard. It's taken hours to get done. Oops. Sorry about that. I stopped the recording by mistake. Mm-hmm. That means I'm going to have to edit this instead of just put it up on YouTube, but whatever. It's working now. Look under wannabe tractors. Don't pick on my tractor. I love it. Quaker Oats. But yeah, so this, for those of you wondering, this is a New Holland T6 tractor. It is available in the Mod Hub under medium tractors, and it is a two-wheel drive New Holland T6. I'm not exactly sure how they call it in the Mod Hub, but it's available right on your PC. I don't know if it's available on console. I would imagine it probably is, because really all they did was replace the front wheels. There's no scripting or anything like that. But once again, I apologize for the choppy frame rates. I think that playing Red Dead does something to the computer, and I forgot to restart it. And I've had Red Dead cause these silly frame rate stutters, and I think it happens too when I've played the game and haven't restarted the computer. So that's my fault. I apologize. So. And I have confirmation from one of my viewers that it is, yes, it is on console. Thank you, Viking, for that information. So yeah, it is a good little tractor, and like Jeremy Wah has said, a lot of tractors are two-wheel drive. In where I live, most of the tractors I've seen like giant Massey Ferguson tractors, like 6,000 and 7,000 series tractors, and they have two-wheel drive like this. They've got the little tiny, even modern ones though, like the modern tractors, a lot of them are still two-wheel drive because it's cheaper. You pay for four-wheel drive. So you can order a lot of these bigger tractors for two-wheel drive models. And I see that with Case, and I see that with Massey, and I see other ones like that near the area that I live. They're big tractors, but they still have the tiny little wheels up front. And it's kind of funny. Those wheels actually do a good job steering in mucky soil, though, because they turn in and they're narrow, so they kind of dig in. But four-wheel drive is still better, obviously. These are probably better with, with the two-wheel drive. It's probably a little bit better fuel economy too. I mean, for a T6, the T6 is, it's a big tractor. It's not huge though, but it's a fairly, and farm sim wise, it's a fairly small tractor. But in real life, a T6 is still a pretty large tractor. I mean, most of the farms around here are using T6s, T7s. I've seen a couple farms with T8s. I even saw one that had like double wheels on the back. It was pretty cool. But I've also seen T5s working in the field before. Yeah, it's a good tractor for this size farm. I mean, this is probably what you would see. This may be a little bit larger, but most farmers are willing to spend a couple days out in the field planting. So with this setup, this is what you'd see a lot of farmers using for these size. If you have two fields of this size, they would definitely not have something any bigger than this. In America anyway. If you have more fields, I'm sure they would get bigger equipment, but for a farm this small at this point, this is the right size. So A little bit larger. I was playing Planet Zoo last night, and I kind of like it. It's actually pretty fun. It's the first of those kind of games that I've ever been able to play where I didn't go bankrupt after the first year. I actually was able to, when you start adding animals, it grows. Then you add a new animal, more people come in, and you make more money again. And it's pretty neat how it works. I just wonder what happens when you have all the animals. Do people kind of get bored and stop coming, or how do you? It's because it seems like you get a big boost of money when you add new animals, but then.
I haven't added anything for ages.
One of my viewers is saying that his grandpa plants 3 times a year. Whoa. But I suppose if the season's good enough, nobody's planting right now in back at home because it's like 8 feet of snow. Yep, just like an actual zoo. So we're going to come over here and run a little bit more on this side. I'm almost done here. Really, this took quite some time. As you can see, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But we'll finish up here, guys, and we'll catch up with you once I'm done. We'll be back in a minute. Well, guys, we're just finishing up these last couple passes here. I'm going to say maybe 2 to 3 more passes. And we've planted our canola all over the place. And so we should be, let's see, 55, 41. I think the temperature is going to stay high enough that we're good. So we should be set to be done. And I don't know how we're going to survive next year. Hopefully the crop, my guess is with this economy, I think this crop's only going to probably bring in $20,000 or $30,000. I don't know how we're going to make it any money ever, but maybe it'll be better than that. Maybe I'm mistaken, but I think we're just going to end up right back where we were next year. I don't. I could be wrong. These are pretty big fields, but I just without selling some equipment or something, I don't know how we're going to survive. I guess we'll just have to see how it goes. We are mid-spring right now. But I'm looking at the loans. I might have to take the pickup truck back. I think that we're making a daily loan payment on the pickup truck, and we need to look at the terms of that deal. Maybe not such a great deal. I think it's like I just didn't realize the loans are going to eat so much of our profit. Maybe what we could do is after we're done planting here, we'll get the tractor cleaned up and turned around, and then we're going to go take a look at a neighbor's field and see what kind of missions they're offering. So at its peak, canola brings in 1,400 to 1,600. I mean, that could be good. I don't know if we can even wait till it peaks, though, because the peak might be in the spring. But we'll see what once our neighbors are offering harvesting missions, we can, make a lot of money doing that. But especially if we use our own equipment, which could take forever with that small harvester. But I don't know. It's going to be rough. Let's see. One of my viewers has asked, what are my hobbies? I think he's asking me what my hobbies are. RC airplanes, playing guitar, though I love playing guitar. I play it more than a hobby, but I'm trying to think of what else my hobbies are. Video games, obviously. It's work and hobby. But yeah, big hobbies, definitely RC cars and trucks, airplanes. Love flying RC airplanes. You can see on my channel, on my YouTube channel, if you go under Arthur Chapman and type in like RC or airplanes, you'll see a lot of videos of my kids and I flying airplanes over the years. And I love flying my airplanes. But then also like I also have the crawler trucks that I do, and those are a lot of fun. A Chevy Blazer that I love, and they're so expensive. I'd have a ton of them, but They run about $400 to $600 a pop. So I got 2, and that's it, man. That's all I can afford. So. Almost done here. And look, we got some seed left, so that's good. We'll clean the seeder up and keep the seed stored in it. I wonder what. I wonder if we could do next year. Probably soybeans. So, and no, all the RC airplanes and trucks that I have are all powered by lithium polymer batteries. Hey, what's up, this American? You said oof. They're all lithium powered, and I don't bother with the gas ones because they're so hard to keep tuned and running smoothly. The nice thing about an RC airplane is that that's gas powered is that they do fly for about 20 to 30 minutes. As long as you time it out right. Now the downside is if you run out of gas, you're in trouble. But same thing with the batteries. If you run out of battery, you're in trouble. So, however, gas planes tend to be a lot heavier than the foamies that use the batteries that I use. So when a foamy runs out of juice, if you will, you just land it carefully. If an electric or if a gas plane runs out of juice, the wing loading is a lot different. The airplane's a lot heavier, and it tends to drop like a rock. So, all right, we have finished seeding our canola. So I'm going to head back to the farm here. We're going to clean the tractor up. I'm going to hop in the pickup and see if any of the neighbors need help. So we're going to do some missions possibly, see if any of the neighbors need help doing that. That way maybe we can save our butt. And also with the RC truck, somebody was asking about using nitrous on the crawler. With a crawler, you would never want to use a nitrous engine. It is way too much power. The crawler is designed for torque. They're meant to climb over rocks really slowly and climb up like really steep rocks and stuff like that. They're not meant for high speed. Nitrous engine type or gas engine type RC trucks are for what they call bashing or monster truck type stuff, where you go, spinning around in circles and driving fast and tearing up the road. The trucks that I draw are all scale crawlers, and so they're designed for like slow motion rock climbing. It's all about precision and picking the right path and driving really slow. They're much more scale looking than the like mine looks like an old, like an early '80s Chevy Blazer. It's got mirrors and it's like it's pretty decked out in how it looks. So.
Oh my God. What is going on?
That's why I don't use gas.
Phew.
I'm going to clean this off here, but yeah, the gas vehicles are really designed for speed, not for climbing. So, Tractor Boy says his hobbies are Revolutionary War reenactments and fishing. I have a friend that did Civil War reenacting, and it was pretty cool. He doesn't do it anymore. He still does World War II reenactment though. So RC airplanes, you have to have for an RC airplane that's jet powered, like one of the RC jets. They're cool. They run about $10,000 to $20,000. You definitely have to have a very groomed airport to take off and land at. You definitely have to have AMA insurance in case you land the airplane on someone's house and it blows up like a bomb, because they're actual jet turbine airplanes, and they do explode when they crash land. So you have to really, really be careful and know the laws of the area and fly in places that are allowed to, where you're allowed to fly them. You can't just go fly jets anywhere. You have to fly at AMA allowable fields. They're dangerous. They're really cool. They are touchy. I mean, you're talking still probably about a 60 or 70 mile an hour, landing speed, and that, coming down hard. All right, so we're going to drop this off here. We're going to close these up because we're done for the beginning of the season, and now go ahead and we're going to take off and see what kind of jobs we can find at Neighbors. So Tacos. And we're going to park over here. But anyway, I would love to get into the... I definitely could... I'm not afraid to fly the jets. I could definitely fly a jet, but... they are... You definitely need to have the right place to do it, so... I'm going to close this up. There's a guy in my town who actually makes helicopters and, like... he made a Galaxy C5... What was it? What's the Galaxy's number? C1? I don't know. The transport plane from like the 70s. It was a huge Galaxy plane, and he actually built a RC one. It's got like a 7-foot wingspan. Has 4 engine nacelles. It's pretty cool. I may or may not wreck it. They're not easy to fly, but I see a lot of people who just don't know what they're doing trying to fly them, and they end up crashing. All right, so let's head over to the neighbors and see what they got. I'm going to say... Who we got fields for? If I'm going to buy one, I'd like to buy 32. So let's go down to field 32 and see what he's asking. C5 Galaxy. That's it. That's it. Because what is it? C17 is the new one. I can't remember. But I prefer the foam airplanes because, once again, when you run out of gas, the airplane just lands. You can float it down to the ground and land it. It's not an emergency situation. Usually you have time to get it back to the field. No, the C-130 is a small. Well, it's huge, but it's a smaller turboprop. C-17. Yeah, there we go. Replace the C-141. Okay. Yeah, it was the C-5 Galaxy is what I was thinking of. The C-17 is called the Globe Master. Where is his farm dinghy thingy? We got to find the spot where we can buy this field. Yeah, the C-130 is a turboprop. It's not a jet. We are flying 100 miles an hour. Whoa, slow it down. See, I thought... Oh. Come on, dude. Okay, so here's the bottom of the field. And I don't like that either. It's horrible. You know? Oh, what am I doing? I'm looking for the thing. I'm thinking of Farm Sim 17. My brain. Oh, yeah, we go in here. All right, so we got to see what contracts are available anywhere. That's right. I forgot the contract system's different. So, and nobody here corrected me. We got field 32 though. This is what I wanted, right? This is 32, right? Yeah. Okay, so he wants fertilizing done. Wow, $47,000, man. Cultivating, sowing, plowing, $31,000. I think I would want to go with this. I'm going to be, let's see, use your own equipment or lease equipment for a reward reduced by $22,000. Let's see, how big is field 26? By the way, the C-130s are what my son's squadron. 26, right? Oh. And sugar beets. We want to borrow the items. Cool. Well, let's head over to the dealership then and pick those up and get going. That's a great idea. That one comes to OSA. I didn't think about doing contracts. But that comes from OSA, one of my viewers. He said, hey, try that. And there's some pretty big contracts out there. That will get me set for the year. It's going to be a huge job, and I think I might run myself out of money getting seed. But, but once I'm done with the contract, hopefully I'll be able to... We'll see. We'll see. We'll make some money on this. We'll survive. My poor new pickup truck, but we'll also pay for the lease on my pickup truck. Yay! Contract farmer Arthur Chapman. So we're gonna drive down there and pick it up, and but yeah. So anyway, my son is in the Air Force, and his job is to maintain computers for one of the bases that does C-130s. So he flies around on them all the time, and his squadron is the only squadron in the United States that does spraying for mosquitoes. They fly all over the country, and they have the airplanes set up to spray for mosquitoes. So, you know, when things are not busy with war or being overseas, they use those airplanes to spray. Kind of cool. Chemtrails. They're not doing chemtrails. They're called contrails, by the way. The real thing. Unless you're into all that stuff. Alright, so we're almost up to the shop. And once again, I'm glad I have this pickup truck. It is... It is a long drive anywhere on this map, so having the pickup truck kind of helps alleviate some of that. And I went for the big money contract. Definitely will be doing a lot of that off camera, so you guys don't have to watch that on YouTube, but we will be doing some of that by hand. It's going to take a long time. I don't think can you hire a worker? I think you can hire a worker now. So here we are at the dealership, and there's the tractor that we rented. For some reason, he picked up a Steyr. Interesting choice. And we're going to take it back to our farm to seed it, simply because I have the sell points at my farm. I don't want to have to buy buckets of seed, and I just want to buy exactly what it needs. So we're going to park this here. I've asked the War Department. I've asked the dealership if we could leave our truck here. They said that would be fine. So at some point, no, it's my pickup truck. I did, technically. Probably shouldn't have, but I did end up leasing it. But, every farm needs a pickup truck, so anyway. Yeah, so once again, cheerboard, Tankers at first place. Jeremy's at second with 50. Sorry, Jay Watt took over. Nobody is in third place right now. Tinker's got a top of 157, so if you want to try to topple Tanker, now's your opportunity. If you want to be in third place, you just have to cheer one cheer. And all right, so folks, I'm going to go ahead and get this clobbered. Death by terrible traffic. All right, I'll get out of the way. I'm out of the way. I'm moving. I forgot. You have to really watch the traffic on this map. I'm going to head back to the farm, guys. I will see you on the other side here, and I'm going to start. I'll take you up to you can see the field that we're going to be working on. But we'll be back in a minute. All right, so we're pulling up to the field, and oh, Lord. Yeah, that's what we're looking at. I'm going to be here for probably the rest of the day seeding this. We're just going to plant some crap here and get it done. All right, so I'm going to be working on this monster field for the next week. Yeah, pretty much. But, hey, you know what? It's, once again, we're making $158,000 on this, somewhere around there. So I can work on it for a couple days. I don't care if it takes me to the end of spring to get this planted, as long as we have money coming in, because that'll save my farm for the year. So that's good news. I'm glad we found this job. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen on YouTube, hopefully you enjoyed this episode as I begin my long, forever task of planting this field. Have a great night, and be sure to subscribe. Thumbs up always help, and we will see you next time on County Line Farm. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. But like I said, this mission, even though it's going to be tedious for me, it will allow us to survive for the year. So unlike Starweiss, where there was nothing, this is actually going to get us there. So have a great night, guys. See you next time.